Sega challenges you with the ultimate video game. The Sega Master System, with twice as much memory
Dad?
as any other video game. Advanced video technology like scrolling backgrounds, graphics in 64 colors, digital sounds, and light phasers.
Fresh!
And you can add to the excitement with sports pads, control sticks, and the first video games ever in 3D.
Sega's the one.
The Sega Master System. The challenge will always be there.
So as I said before in a previous collection video, I got a few suggestions to, since I don't have the time to do the monthly pickups anymore, I can simply wait till I amass a certain amount from a console and just add it to the collection video, which makes it a lot easier on me. It makes it more organized so you guys can see what we have here able to play on Moosen Spiel. So here is some more Sega Master System games. So my first pickup of the month was Wonder Boy in Monsterland, which takes place 11 years after the events of the first game. So basically, the game is a fire-breathing dragon called Mecha Dragon. I'm sure it has nothing to do with Mecha Godzilla. Appeared, terrorized the land, and now you have to go kill him because everyone in the town is too weak to do anything. So you, based on your exploits in the first game, have now been called upon to defeat this dragon. So it's simple enough. It's an action platformer. It came out in 1987, so it's a fairly old game, for sure. And as you can see, it's kind of dated. The platforming is also dated. It has those Super Mario Brothers kind of elements to it. But for the most part, the controls are very smooth, with the exception of the item button, which is you just press down on the D-pad. So you will find, as you play the game, you'll occasionally press down using a bomb or something that you didn't want to use. So that was my most frustrating aspect about the game. The game consists of 12 levels, and they're fairly linear. But one interesting aspect of the game, and I'm not sure why this is there's an hourglass, and when the hourglass runs out, you slowly start to lose life. Now, I don't know whether the dragon is cursing the land, and that's why, but you have to then beat the level fast enough in order to progress, and each level has a boss. And as you get closer to the end of the game, which I learned to find out was the item shops and the hospitals to restore your life and get various items are unmarked and may contain traps by the level's bosses. So it's almost like you gotta play through it a couple times so you know which doors to go in, which doors to not. Not really sure, I haven't played it multiple times. But I assume it's the same door each time, since, again, I'm also assuming the Master System wasn't equipped to handle that kind of randomness. Now, as much as the game seems a bit plain, I guess you could say, the boss battles are really fun. It kind of gives you incentive to play each level and to play it faster so you don't lose all your hearts. So, when all the hearts eventually turn black, when you get hit, the game will be over, and that's kind of unfortunate. So it really has that replayability value of the game, which I really enjoy. So if you're a fan of the Master System like I am, I think this entire series is a must-have. So here's a game that's been on my radar for quite some time, ever since I first got my Master System. Everyone speaks highly about it. It's called Psycho Fox. No, I've never seen a copy in North America, so I had to order this from the UK, actually, and it does work on my Master System. So I was very happy I took a risk. It's a side-scrolling game, and you're this fox. The main character's name's Psycho. There's not much plot. It's just get and go. Evil god named Mad Fox corrupted the land, and the people want him gone, so you go. What makes this game interesting as a platformer is it has momentum jumping. So it does take a little bit of practice to get a handle on, but I've never played a game like this, so it really enchanted me to get better at this. And I love the character, I love the art design. It's typical Master System. Really reminds me of the Wonder Boy games on how to play them. But the fox apparently, Psycho here, apparently has a Shinto stick that attacks the enemies, and you can actually jump on enemies like Mario. That was really fun to find out. But what I found out later, that you can actually change into other animals, such as a hippopotamus, a monkey, or a tiger, and each has their own ability. The hippo can't jump very high, but can blast through blocks. The monkey can jump higher, and the tiger can run faster, among things. What I don't like about this game is the fact that you kind of sort of have to take these leaps of faith. So that was not one of the high points to me. But one real good high point is it feels like on the levels you can take branching paths, and that was really interesting. You can get like some items throughout, but you know, if you pop an egg, you run a risk of an enemy popping out of it. So that kind of is like, oh, you son of a game. It's really fun. I really wish they did more with the Psycho Fox series. There was a spiritual successor on the Genesis called the Cap Attack, but I didn't really care for that. But I really wish Psycho Fox as a character got better and more recognition as time went on. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I'm loving this game. The game even has a neat little continue system in the game, so it really motivates the player to continue playing, and I'm no exception to that. I love Psycho Fox. If you have a Master System, just try and pick this game up if you can. So this next one here was on my radar for quite a while as a Master System enthusiast, or just a Sega enthusiast. It's called Kinshidon. In English it means Legend of the Swordmaster. It's an action role-playing game which reminds me if the creators took Shinobi and had a love child with Ninja Gaiden. It's got that playstyle of Shinobi, which makes sense since it's on the same system, but it's got the difficulty that of Ninja Gaiden. It's almost quite frustrating how a game can look this good and yet be so frustrating I don't want to play it anymore. Needless to say, Kinshidon is a must-have for the Master System after playing this. Yes, it takes a long time to practice, but it's very good. There are 16 levels to choose from. The enemies are that reminiscent of old Japanese folklore, and even the levels represent old Japanese provinces back in the day, when they still had all that Edo stuff going on. The plot is pretty simple. Your main dude here, Hayato, has to fight against all these warlocks and evil spirits that plagued the 16th century Japan, and the warlocks stole 5 secret scrolls, and you have to get it back from the Dragon Lord. Well, the Dragon Lord is, of course, the last boss. You have to fight 6 bosses before him, but the interesting thing is once you beat a level, you can choose any of the other adjacent provinces, so you don't have to it's not just automatic, you get to choose it. I thought that was a very good concept for a game this old. It's almost Mario 3-esque, you might say. The game got very good reviews, but because of its high difficulty level, a lot of people stray from the game, and that's what some negative reviews would say about it. Basically, if you're a Master System collector, this is for sure a game to have, and if you are into the side-scrolling action platformers, this is also another game to get. I love it. You should too. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Those were from monthly pickups videos of the Sega Master System, so it's all caught up. If I get a certain amount more, then I'll just add it to the collection video as I've said. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit that subscribe button so you don't forget all your daily Moosen Spiel videos.